everybody, it's Dr. Sandman. I hope that all of you are doing great. Today is a video that will hopefully be the first of many. I'm going to be doing a speed painting today, and it's one that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I haven't done any speed paintings before or shown any really any of my art before because I have a fear of people seeing my art, which is a problem because I want that to basically be my job. My career is people seeing my art. So I'm going to be doing a series. I can't promise that it's going to be frequent uploads on this, but I'm going to be doing a series where I do speed paints of my favorite characters, but in my style. So my goal is to have a drawing of them in their usual, or not usual, but like their uniform. Most of them are going to be superheroes, so their uniform or their, like, you know, superhero costume. Then a everyday wear, a casual wear for them, and then maybe, depending on the character, something a little bit more dazzly, like, you know, like they're going to like the Met Gala or something, or winning an award for, I don't know, you know, they're going to a fancy party, maybe. I don't know, you decide. So that's gonna be the format. Oh, and then I'm also going to do close-up portraits of their face. So that's the template that I want to follow. Will I deviate from it? Most likely, but that's the template I want to follow. So I'm going to be doing a lot of superheroes, maybe some non-superheroes, who knows, and it's all going to be in my style. I'm doing this as if I got the opportunity to decide how these characters look, and I'm going to be doing it in my art style. So I'm really excited about that, and we're starting with Wonder Woman! I'm so excited. I love her so much. I've loved her for a very long time, and I've been reading a lot more of her comics lately. I've read them for years, but I've been doing it a lot more frequently lately, so I figured that I would start with her. So yeah, let's get into the speed paint. Be nice to me. I'm nervous. Sorry if the angle or any part of the speed paint is weird or just doesn't look good. This is my first time doing one of these. So I'm gonna go over kind of like my inspiration. I really love Wonder Woman, and I have for a very long time, so I was really excited to do this. So for the first figure that you see on the left, it's kind of, so I want to basically do 3 versions of her. I wanted to do her uniform for, you know, doing her job, fighting crime, and her day-to-day wear, and then like a night on the town, maybe, or like, you know, something a little bit more formal, a little bit more glamorous. So the first one, my inspiration was vaguely inspired by my favorite version of her armor by Cliff Chiang in the New 52. I think it's the second volume, I think it's Guts, where she has like this more I don't know, like functional armor, and I wanted to do something that would actually be protective and not try to make her look sexy or anything like that. I didn't want to make anything that was serving to the purpose of sexualizing her. I wanted to do something that was actually functional and could actually, you know, serve as protection. On her shoulders and on her knees is the Gorgonian, I think it's pronounced, which is just Medusa, and it's used in Greece as a symbol of protection against evil and negativity, very much like the Nazar, or what people call an evil eye. Now, the Amazons, both in Wonder Woman and in the Greek myths, are based off of real people. They are the Amazichen, I believe is how you pronounce it. I apologize if I got that wrong, the pronunciation. So the Amazigh people. So I have influences of both Greek and Amazigh culture, including the, I don't remember what's called, but it's basically a lion's paw, which is a symbol of courage and strength. And I put that on her armor and on one of her tattoos that I added in later on, but I feel like that would be important to her, so I wanted to keep that as a detail. Then for her forearm pieces, I have these little gemstones at the base of them, which again you'll see when more paint is down, and I chose to have them be like a ruby, a garnet, turquoise, lapis lazuli, and moonstone, which all have different representations that I feel would be important to Wonder Woman, some of which being femininity, passion, strength, wisdom and intelligence, things like that. And the sword that she's wielding is a traditional dagger of the Amazigh people. You can't see it here because I had to add it in afterwards, but I actually painted in the lasso of truth going up her arm in a very Shibari-esque way, because I really wanted to kind of put the lasso of truth in a more unique way. This is all in my style, so I had to think, how would I design Wonder Woman if I had the opportunity to. As for her lower half, the belt, I wanted to put it in a way that it's reminiscent of a W, of course, for Wonder Woman. And then the skirt is a little bit longer, less revealing. Some of my favorite Wonder Woman designs have a more not traditional, but conservative skirt where it's not actually revealing much. And those are my favorite ones because it's functional. It's functional as armor, which is really important to me for her character. I really love characters that are over-designed. I've been told that I have a quality of over-designing my characters, which in the art community is looked at as a very negative thing, but honestly, I really love it. My favorite art is over-designed characters and very busy pieces of artwork. So I had this bright red top with a keyhole cut out, and it's kind of a turtleneck, and she has a button that is the bisexual pride flag. And it's canon in the comics that she is bisexual, so I wanted to have that there for sure. And she has a peace sign necklace because she is a pacifist. That's why I love her so much. One of my favorite things about Wonder Woman is that she is first and foremost a pacifist, so I had to add that in there. Then I thought she'd have some like tattoos, so I have a Medusa again, and the lion's paw from the Amazigh culture, the Venus symbol, which is just the symbol of womanhood, and then above that there's this little triangle thing that you see there, and what that is a fibula, which is common in a lot of cultures, but this specific version of it is common for the North African Amazigh people, and it symbolizes womanhood and the matriarchy, and also wealth and high status in the matriarchy, because what it is, it's something that you would use to hook your cloak or your clothing together so that it doesn't, fall open. And then I really love asymmetry, if you couldn't tell. So I had one leg cut off of her pants. I actually have some pants that look like that. Then I put some of the traditional stars at the bottom of it because that's really common in most versions of her character design. And then again, I have a little bit of shibari rope that is the lasso of truth going up her leg. Lastly, for her more formal wear, I wanted to do something a little bit more unique. So like maybe her quote unquote Met Gala look. I don't know. I'm having fun with it. But for the top, I wanted it to be kind of starry, but not like definitively cartoony stars. I wanted them to look more like the stars in the sky and have them dripping down. And then for her bottom piece, I wanted it to be like these jewels that wrapped around her hips and have this almost sheer fabric that was red that would cover the rest of her legs. And I really like how it turned out. I kind of like diverged from my original idea from it. I wanted to reverse the colors with the top and the skirt portion, but I ended up really liking how I chose to lay it out. Then I gave her some jewelry, and I have the 3 cameos, which, like, the reason for the cameos, one, I just really love the cameos. I collect them. I think they're great, and also I know that they're very popular in Greece, both in history and modernity. And then I gave her a pearl necklace, and I just think that she would look great with big hoops. That's all I'm saying. That's just my opinion on the matter. And I had her hair put up in a kind of like a messy bun, and then I also put on these moles in all of the versions, of course, for continuity, but I don't know. I just feel like she would have moles. I think that moles are very beautiful. And I'm not saying beauty marks for a reason, because I feel like beauty marks is like a way to cover up the name of moles. I think people think moles are ugly and beauty marks are beautiful. And I don't think that's true. I think moles are gorgeous. I love when people have moles. So I'm not afraid to use the word. You shouldn't be either. I don't know why I had to make a point of that, but yeah, so I just tried to style her as best as I could, and this is what I came up with. And here I am putting the finishing touches on some of the pieces. I really enjoyed this. I haven't really done character design in a long time, so I really loved doing this. I did make the third one to the right a little bit too large, that kind of cuts off at her shins. I didn't do that intentionally. one of my friends said that I have this problem that a lot of men have, which is they don't plan out their drawings. They just start drawing, and that leads to things getting cut off. And I am definitely guilty of that, and I can't help it. It's one of my flaws as a man. So now we're into the portraiture section, and so to talk about the cameos, I wanted to make them Greek goddesses and Greek figures in their pantheon and mythology. So as for choosing the goddesses that I wanted to put on her cameos, I wanted to pick ones that I feel like Wonder Woman herself would either worship or gods that would highly favor her. So the center one, you can't see it now because I haven't painted it, but is Athena. And I picked that one because she is the goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare. I feel like that plays well in with Wonder Woman and how she fights. And I feel like she's very highly intelligent and everything, and I just feel like she's very wise about how she picks her fights, and she's a pacifist. So, and then another one, the one to the left, is Hera, who is the queen of the gods and the protectress of women, and I feel like that very well represents Wonder Woman and what she stands for, protecting women and women's rights, and just very hyper feminist and trying to uplift and empower women. And the one on the right is Artemis, who I think is the most important one to add because Wonder Woman is named after the Romanization of Artemis, whose name is Diana. So Artemis is the goddess of the animals and beasts, the wilderness, and she is the protectress specifically of young women. And I feel like that would, go very well in hand with Wonder Woman and her vibe. I think that she empowers both adult women and young girls. So I think that that's a really important one to have for her. Also, that Artemis is regarded as the goddess of the hunt, and she's very famous in a lot of her myths for hunting specifically men and punishing men who mistreat women. And then for her diadem, I wanted the cameo to be Medusa. Again, I just really love Medusa. I think that her symbolism is very powerful. And there are these little circles, like these little dangly bits hanging off of it. So I looked in traditional Amazigh wear, and a lot of them, the women had headpieces that had these dangling circular, I don't know, like little accents, little embellishments. I don't really know what they're called, but I'm sure you've seen them before because a lot of cultures have something very similar. So that I added that for that reason. And I wanted her hair to be in braids, but not fully in braids, but like braided to kind of keep it out of her hair so it could be functional so she could actually fight. But I still wanted her to have that beautiful, long, luscious hair that she's very famous for. And then as for the next top look, that's just kind of like a profile look that I wanted to do to more show off the hairstyle that I have her in, because I feel like in the first drawing that I have on her on the previous page and in this portrait to the left, I don't really think it shows off the hairstyle very well, so I just wanted to do it one more time. And then beneath that, I have the makeup that I have put her in. So I wanted her to have stars, have it very blue, a bright red lip. I feel like she'd have like a very dynamic makeup that is specifically to express herself and not really for anybody but herself, just like every other woman in the world. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I wish I pushed it farther. I wish I did more with the makeup, but I don't know why I just didn't. And yeah, and then I just put some colorful highlights in the hair. Here's the final product. So I'm not fully happy with them, but like they're good enough. I haven't drawn faces or anatomy, like human anatomy, for months, like many months. So I'm very much out of practice. So the anatomy is off. The faces are not as I wanted them. I wanted the first one to look taller. I feel like I made her look short. Even if I isolated her from the other three, like I think I just made her look so short. I don't know. But yeah, I'm probably gonna edit it digitally just to clean it up a little bit. But that's the final look for the full bodies. And this is the final look for the portraits. So I'm not happy with the cameos. I really need to practice with cameos because I paint them frequently, but I'm not as like good at them as I'd like to be. Again, I'll probably edit these digitally. I feel like I got the facial proportions really off on that one. This one doesn't look exactly how I wanted. Neither does this one. I feel like I did the hair really weird. None of this is to like put myself down either. Like it's just like I'm giving myself helpful critique and I'm looking to improve. So, but yeah, I don't hate them. I don't hate anything that I've made. I think that they're all, fair for having not practiced in a long time. So yeah, they could be so much worse. Overall, I'm decently okay with them. So that was the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment if you did. Leave a comment if there's a specific superhero you want me to do next. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm probably gonna steer clear of Marvel, at least for right now. I'm not a Marvel fan. I like some Marvel characters, but overall, Marvel doesn't get me where I live. So I really like DC. I also really like Dark Horse comics. So it also doesn't have to be a comic book character. If there's any other character you're interested in me doing my interpretation of, let me know, and I will leave my social medias in links in description below. And subscribe for more videos, so hopefully you'll see the next one when it comes out, and I will see my next video. Bye.